Alright, today guys, we're going to be checking out this Sega Dreamcast here that needs a new fan. The fan in it started to make a loud buzzing noise, more so than it usually does as a Dreamcast, and so I decided I need to go ahead and do a fan replacement. The other thing I noticed is that playing games for longer than about 20 minutes, like Phantasy Star Online, the system would crash. So I'm assuming that it's not cooling very well because I have a gdeMU in here to play games, like digital games. So I have the Dreamcast. I have my, I think that's how you say it, Noctua Fan here that I just got in, and it comes with a lot of parts. So hopefully these will connect into my Dreamcast somehow. If not, I will have to figure that out. And some fan holders and other little things here. So got that, and then I also picked up a 3D mount for the fan. All right, so let's get into it. I have already removed the screws from the bottom, which is just 4 of these I don't know if you guys can see that Phillips head screw, and yeah, there we go. 4 of those. They are some of them are different lengths, it looks like to me, so you just want to be careful to remember how you took them out. All right, so let's take the lid off here. Here is my gdeMU, and I may, although I don't know if I can do this now I'm looking at it, I was gonna add some heat sink here, but this is kind of blocking the path, so I'm gonna have to think about that a different way. Some people also will replace this with a new power supply, but I've heard varying things on if that is good or not, because like you can get some off AliExpress or other places, but I've heard that they might not give as much power as this one does. So this one isn't causing me any issues that I can tell. I don't see any capacitors or anything, like, doesn't look like it's leaking to me. Maybe you guys can notice it on the video. But and at some point I want to replace this battery, I think, because I think this is what, keeps losing its time. So this is my first attempt at this. I haven't really watched any videos myself on it. Just figured I wanted to give you like a plain Jane, like this is what you would probably experience if you just tried to hop into it and do it yourself. So I'm assuming I'm going to take out that fan right there. This is the culprit. All right. So let's see. I don't think I can really zoom in here. I'm not set up for this, but I'll point to it with my screwdriver. Here's the fan connector. So we're going to pop that out. I don't have any fancy tools here with me. I mean, I guess I do. I could pull those out and try to pop this out. But I'm just going to do this plain Jane here. People are probably screaming at me, don't pull on the wires. Let's see. There we go. It's not too bad. Take that out. All right, and then it looks like there's a screw here. And let's see, there's a screw there and a screw here. And I'm just using like this wax or however you say that. I'm making sure that I'm not like cranking it down too bad and stripping the screws or anything. Let's see if this one will fit. This might not fit. Might need to get a smaller head. Yeah, it's too big. All right. Cool thing with this little kit, it has just about everything you're gonna need for a job. Smaller screw head on there. It has a little light and everything. And I could even like screw through drywall and stuff with this. So there's that one, and that one don't want to bite, but and that one. All right, let's see. Those come out okay. Yep. That's just the 2 screws. They both look about the same length to me, so it shouldn't be too bad to, if you get them mixed up, it won't matter. So there's the old fan. Oh, I don't know. I guess I'll keep it around. I might throw it out. I don't know. I need to stop keeping things. All right. So I'm assuming this would be the next step, which is the brace for the new fan. Oh, okay. So this, yeah, I forgot this came with a power cord for the fan. And I heard, saw varying reviews on this guy with these parts that they're just these are just like 3D printed. I could have probably printed this myself. Yeah, I probably could have printed this myself. This is an okay print. I mean, I guess nobody's gonna be looking inside the Dreamcast, but it looks kind of rough, you know. Oh, sorry. Like that print right there, that looks awful. That doesn't look good. Anyway, oh man, I'm hoping that's sturdy enough. Yeah, those screw holes are not that great. Let me see. I got a little. Gotta clean up these little holes, these screw holes, these mount holes. So I don't even know if the screw will go through some of these. I mean, this was 15 bucks. And I mainly got it because it came with a power cable, which I couldn't find by itself. All right, so I'm assuming that's gonna fit like so. And now I'm not sure where this goes because it didn't come with any instructions. Yeah, I might actually have to look that up. And see where that goes, because that would be helpful. I feel like it's something to do with this tray here. Maybe it goes in here somewhere. No. You know what? I'm gonna go look that up, and I will be right back. Okay. So I watched a video which took me a minute to kind of figure out how this thing worked, but these they didn't get very clear pictures of this, so I just want to show you this piece here. When you order it, is separate from this piece, and you have to slide it through this hole here, back this way. And this is the mechanism. It's upside down, right? You're gonna put it in this case, right? And this is the mechanism that releases. It slides and it releases the door to open. Right, so we got to take all of this out. Be careful not to lose that spring. Keep these screws and replace it with this. This is basically allowing you to have more room for that fan, because this is where the fan sits. So anyway, let's move this out of the way, and this, and I'm gonna do this with. Let me see. I'm gonna try to do this with maybe a different screwdriver. Do I have what I need? I think this one will work. It says one little spinny tops here. Let's see if this one will work. This might be too small now I'm looking at it. Nope, that's working. So we're going to take off both of these, but first I'm going to take this spring off here. Hopefully it doesn't go flying across the room when I do this. See if I can get you a good view here. So it's just hooked around this edge here. That's all it's doing. So pick that up off of there, slides right off. All right, so I'm gonna put that with my spare parts for the Dreamcast. And let's get these out. Screw this top one. Has a washer. Oops, sorry. Has a loose washer on it, so you don't want to lose that. I don't think these are different sizes, but we're gonna see. There is the other one. And yeah, they're not different sizes. So here, just in comparison for you guys, they look the same to me. Maybe. Yeah, they look the same. All right. So I'll put those there. Slide that out. Surprisingly, this doesn't have like any sort of, well, I guess it doesn't matter, but like any sort of grease or anything on it. But save that. Now this one is supposed to, there's a little slit right there that we're going to hook that into here. Let's see if it'll fit it in there. And I read somewhere that sometimes this thing's a little too long, the little hook piece. So let's see, because it kind of feels like it's a little too long. This other one sits in here. Yeah, this other one, in comparison. Let's see if I can get that closer. It's a lot longer. So, because that sat, yeah, that sat right in there. This one, way too long. I don't know if I can tell. It's just way too long. It's not fitting. It's not fitting in there. Oh man. Maybe I need to push this in here more. And there's like a little, kind of hard to see, but there's like a little lip. See it there? Like maybe I need to push it down further. It's like a little bitty, like thinness. Sorry, the camera there. It's a little bit of thinness here, right there. Maybe I need to push this in more. This is such a shoddy 3D print. It's the type of stuff that eats up your time, you know, when you just want to do it real quick. All right, so the trick was, I was gonna file it down, and I was like, that's gonna take too long. I'll just return it otherwise. But what I did is I stuck it. Sorry, this is really hard to get in. I stuck this down in the hole, the little latch hole, and I pushed down here, and this piece slid up a little more, which looks better now. Looks like it could probably hold that spring. So that kind of worked. I'm gonna lay this down so it's not sliding all over the place. And let's just give it a test run here. So that's holding it. And then if I release it, boom. All right. So let's find that spring. And if I recall correctly, this spring is going to go, the rounded part is going to go here. And then the hooked part should hook on to the end there, like that. Now I'm going to put these screws in first. Let's take that off. All right. Here are these screws. Need to get a magnetized screwdriver here. I have one somewhere. I just didn't grab it for this video. Probably should have, you know. Whatever. Alright. So that one's in there. Just hand tighten it, you know, nothing crazy. We're working with plastic here. You don't want to strip this, you know, the screw holes on your Dreamcast case, or else nothing really you can do about it. I mean, there's probably some repair that would take ages to do. Alright, let's put this back on here. Get this hook. The thing with this hook is there's like a little, might be hard to tell, but there's like a little lip. There's a little lip. Right, God, it's hard with the camera. Right there that you got to get it in. All right, so let's hit the button and see if it works. All right. I like trying to test it enough that you might break it, because if it doesn't break, then you're good. And granted, these plastic pieces are printed out pretty horribly. They don't look good, but they're doing the job. I'm assuming that's going to hold pretty well. Doing another, just to make sure they're snug. That one's snug. That one's snug. All right. So that's in. Put that off to the side. Let's get the Dreamcast back in here. And let's see how this is going to mount. So, from my understanding, you take this, and this is the cable that came with the fan. And we're going to hook that in. This has like a little slid-in locking, almost, well, it's more of a guide than a locking mechanism. And that will slide in there, like so. And this should go to the Dreamcast right here on the board. And it is keyed, and if you don't know what keyed means, it means you can only put it in one way, because it has that little slit in the middle there. I mean, I guess you could force it in, but that tells you that you're doing it the right way. So slide that in there, made a little click if you didn't hear that. And now this is a lot of extra cable. A lot. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I'll figure that out. Let's see. How does this mount in here? Because this looks like it's like a one screw mount. I wonder if this Noctua fan came with a cable. No. No, it did come with a cable, unfortunately. That would have been nice. Alright, so what we want to do here is first mount this fan piece. And for the fan itself, we want the sticker side to face out. And then we can tidy up this cable here. And the fan came with some screws here. We're just going to use one of these, because there's a little hook down here at the bottom. It's going to hold the bottom of this, hopefully. This, I don't know, this looks awful. It's pretty not great looking, but anyway, let's just go ahead and stop complaining about how it looks, and let's put the screws in here. All right, so we're going to take these two that we took out from the fan before. This might be a little tricky without dropping it, holding the edge of the screw and guiding it here. Let's see. All right, that one's in there. And we'll do the second one. Again, holding it with one finger, pushing down with the screw. All right. So that's good. Remember, don't want to over tighten it and strip the mount holes there. And see if I can tidy this up a little bit. Let's see, maybe I can wrap it around here. Oh, well, let's do it this way. That looks good to me. The screw hole doesn't look like it's going to line up, but we're about to find out. So grab this little pack of screws that came with the fan. Grab one of these one of these screws out here. And I'm gonna need, yeah, I'm gonna need the bigger one here. I'm gonna have to be careful not to mess it up too much when screwing this in. That screw looks ginormous. They're all the same size? Yeah, they're all the same size. Alright, let's see if I can make this happen. To me, it doesn't look like it's going to line up. But yeah, it's totally missing the totally missing the hole for the fan here. Alright, there we go. That seems pretty sturdy. Alright, so again, the fan sizes here are a lot different. Like the Noctua fan is a lot bigger than this one, as you can tell. Let me bring this up a little closer so you guys can see. So it should provide a little bit better cooling, I am hoping. I kind of want to, I don't know. I want to put like some thermal pad there, but I just don't think that's going to help. Anyway, all right, let's put the top back on this. I believe that is everything that we need. It's a snugger fit for sure. All right, let's see. Does that still open? Yeah, it doesn't feel as nice and smooth as the maybe it just needs to be worked in. The other one's been in the system for, you know, 20 some odd years or more. It just doesn't feel as nice as the original, unfortunately. It's not as I don't know, not as refined. Kind of hard to pinpoint what the word is for that, but all right. So let's put these screws back in. All right, and we'll put the good old 56K modem back in, which if you don't have a Dream Pi, you get one. So you can run Ethernet through a Pi, then it outputs a RJ11 dial-up phone cable. So, all right, let's go hook it up. All right, as you can tell, the fan was got interrupted by Crazy Taxi. So as you can tell, the fan, the new fan, sounds really quiet in comparison to the other one. And we're going to test out a game here and just see if it plays okay for a few minutes. And that should be it on the video. So let's give it a shot. This seems to be working really well. For, you know, about $30 for the fan, and then the really like horribly printed, 3D printed mount, and the fan cable is really the reason I got it. Wish somebody would just sell that cable by itself for a couple of bucks, but they wouldn't make any money. So I think it's a pretty good deal. A little bit of slowdown there, but that's probably just the game. Oh crap. Whoa.
Yeah, just a second. Down into this. That's about right. Hey, what's your problem? Come on, you're in a hurry.
Getting sucked into this game, guys. One of my favorite Dreamcast games. Oh, trying to make it so I could be closer to the next pickup.
You're okay. Get in it.
So if you do not have a Dreamcast, pick one up. These mods for this Dreamcast have not been terribly expensive. You know, you could spread it out over a few months and slowly like build up your Dreamcast mod. I don't know if I'm ever going to change out like the case. May. I have fond memories of just how the Dreamcast is. I kind of, in a way, for the fan, I know this is going to sound bad, I kind of miss the loudness of the fan, and I kind of miss, now that I have the gdeMU, or however you say it, I miss how the disc sounds when you start up, you know, the scratching and the lens trying to read the disc. Ooh, am I gonna... Oh, he's going to the church. I am not making it to the church. What? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope this helps you if you decide to get the Noctua Fan kit. And,
Don't think so. Game over.
waiting for that guy to stop talking. Hope this helps you figure out what you want to do with your Dreamcast and put in the fan kit. And I appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.